Respected Professor Rajesh Babu, Professor Bhaskar Chakravarti, Dr. Piyush Mehta, and the great faculty here, and the alumni who have been here as well as who have been following it online, and all the people who are here, a very good afternoon to all of you. Very good afternoon to all of you. That's better. Anyway, see, it has been a pleasant surprise for me to hear from Professor Rajesh Babu when he sent a mail. Suddenly one day I opened the mail, I found a mail from him asking me whether I can join here. I mean, it's a great surprise because as I was telling him, you know, when you feel honored is when you are called to your village or a town or a school or the college where you studied and people recognize you and to be part of that. I mean, that is the greatest recognition for all of us. And thank you very much for that. Well, it's good that you honored me before. I don't know at the end of it you feel like honoring or not. Thank you again for doing that at the beginning. Now, you see, I have been a part of this IIM Calcutta. I was part of the SMP 5 2009 to 10 batch. Some of you may be wondering, you know, he is a doctor who got trained in cardiac surgery. Doctors are supposed to be busy in the hospital taking care of the patients. I mean, what way he is interested in learning something from senior management program, that too with the general people, not with the, like it's a medical management program is something different where I learn with my colleagues. But why is that? I will tell you later at the end of the talk. But as we go along, see, I don't think there is much I can do. The IMC teaches you a lot of management principles, a lot of plans, how to make our life better and the life of people in the world better, all those. So I can never beat the faculty for sure, isn't it? We are the students, so we can never beat them. So now at least I will share some of the things that happened in my life as I went along and that shaped my life to this stage, where I am. The first thing I really learned in my life was follow your passion. Many of us say that. For example, you see, I started from a village where there was no electricity till my 10th class. We used to walk for about 2 kilometers to go to the school. That is what happened to majority in my age period. You know, see, that is what happened. It's nothing different. So we went around and then we just went to the school, came back. We don't know what's happening in the world outside, no electricity, except for radio, there is no connection with the outside world. Those were the days, no television or anything. Then fortunately or unfortunately, I'm the last in my family, I'm the fourth in my family. My parents are from agricultural family, had 3 acres of land and their job was only just to do agriculture and make us better. You know, that is the greatest goal. Even today, when I question myself whether I have done better than my parents, there is a question mark. Probably I have done as much as my parents because every parent wants a child to be better than them. Stops there, buck stops there. So they did everything. My eldest brother became a doctor and my second brother became an engineer from that village where no one ever went outside the high school period. And my sister became a teacher. And what choice do I have? Absolutely no choice. I have to study. I know there is no way I can bunk. Whenever I bunk, my mother used to send a letter to my brother. He used to come with my sister-in-law and then talk to the teachers. I was caught actually. So I had to study and I studied. There's nothing great on that. So when I got into the medicine, I always wanted to become either a doctor or a bureaucrat or a policeman. One of those 3 options I had those days. So I was thinking, you know, in the village, you don't know anything, listen to the radio and then dream. Then I got into the medicine, and then after finishing, got to the MBBS, somehow it got caught in my mind that I have to become a cardiothoracic surgeon. There is a surgeon who operates on the heart and lungs and vascular system. Not many people were there that day. Don't ask me why. One of the reasons maybe we used to have one very popular surgeon called Denton Cooley in America. He used to operate all the presidents, all the VIPs in the world from Arab countries to developed countries everywhere. He was so popular, he used to visit India also once in a while. So maybe that affected, that's my feeling. So there is no reason I wanted to become. So I did. I got into general surgery, very competitive those days to get into post-graduation. So doing general surgery, finished surgery, I wanted to apply for cardiothoracic surgery. My professor of surgery called me. Gokhale, you see what is happening here, in cardiology there is not even basic tests available. We don't have even food to eat in this country. How people develop problems with the heart? Only those people who eat too much food, too much oil, or our money everywhere. Those are the guys who develop heart problems. India is not like that. Don't do. You have been such a bright student. Don't kill yourself. Do surgical cancer surgery. Do pediatric surgery. No, sir. I'm interested in cardiothoracic surgery. Okay, this is my advice to you because you are my favorite. Then the second unit chief called and said, Gokhale, what do you want to become cardiothoracic? What you want to become cardiothoracic surgeon? Why you want to kill yourself? Don't do that. You see, there is no future for cardiothoracic surgery because there is not even a single place which is doing open heart surgery those days. There was 85, just Alumni Institute started. CMC Vellore started a few cases. So there is no scope for it. Why do you want to kill yourself? Don't do that. You become other things. Same thing. Then third unit chief called. Same thing. By the end of it, I got a doubt. Am I mad fellow? Why am I persisting? You see, my professors who are my well-wishers are telling me to do this. Why am I mad about doing cardiothoracic surgery? Then I met one Professor Naidamma. He's a pediatric surgeon who was an excellent surgeon, trained in Alumni Institute, PGI. These are all like like in medical field, Alumni Institute, PGI, CMC, they're all of that standard. He did there. I went and spoke to him. And he said only one thing, Gokhale, see, don't worry what other people say. You never know what future has got. How can anyone look into the future? They can't talk about themselves. How can they talk about you? You do whatever you want. But remember only one thing. You want to be a cobbler, be the best. Stop. Nothing else. That's it. And that made up my mind. And after that, I went to CMC Vellore. It was not an easy task. That the boss there was very tough. He used to come in the middle of the night and see through the window whether this fellow is taking care of the patients or talking to the nurses, or whether he is sleeping or awake. We had, those guys were very tough. But then I went through that process. And after that, I went to Australia, America, through a few things, and then learned a few things. I never looked back. And today, cardiac diseases is so rampant in this country. Unfortunately, many of us do not have time to even take rest on a weekend. That's the story. What I want to tell you is, I'm very happy that I have continued my passion, thanks to Professor Naidamma. So whatever we want to do in life, whether it is a small thing, big thing, attractive, unattractive, something attracts attention of public or not, just follow that course. And I think end of the day, that is what keeps us happy and stay alive. It is not the money. Every one of us will make enough money in life, and we can't eat money. We can only eat the same food, and we can't do more things. Sleep, eat, do the same things. Whether you have money or not, we'll all have enough money. That is what happened. And second thing I learned was, people used to say, you see, achieving things is not an ordinary man's task. You have to be either an influential person or a rich person to do things fast in life. Otherwise, a lot of times you end up doing only a donkey's job. You will not be able to reach the top. That is what people to say. But as I believe what in our past president said, dream, dream, dream. I used to dream about becoming better and better and achieving things in life, not just for myself, that are useful to the world too. So one of those things is, when I finished my training in cardiac surgery at Vellore, I came back, joined in Apollo Hospital for about 2.5 months. I was there. And you were mentioning, one of you were mentioning Sita Ram Reddy Garu. You were mentioning, sir, yeah. Sita Ram Reddy was a cardiac surgeon, and Dr. B.V. Ramarao, another cardiac surgeon from Australia, were there. I was there just for 2.5 months, and Dr. B.V. Ramarao came back from Australia. And my training in India was very incomplete. I'm a physician with a surgeon's degree. I have not done much surgeries. You know, surgery is putting, especially heart surgery, is putting patients' life at risk if you don't have enough experience. How do I get experience? I want to go abroad. Australia and UK, America, they train our people much better because we work much harder than most of their fellows. So I wanted to go abroad. Then I came to Apollo, joined there. One night, there was a child, about 8 years child, admitted for surgery with Dr. B.V. Ramarao. And I somehow was not convinced this patient is too risky for surgery. Why are we operating? So I woke him at about 11:30. I was on duty that day. Dr. Ramarao garu, tomorrow we are operating this patient. The child has got so high pressures in the lungs. Probably we shouldn't operate. I have this, that. And next day he came. He said, Dr. Gokhale, I have worked with many people. No one took the pain to call me in the middle of the night and discuss with me about the case. So I'm going to send you to Australia to get trained in heart and lung transplant. When you come back, there is no transplant in this area. We should do the first heart transplant in this area. That is what he said, you know. See, that is what I wanted to. I was very sincere. I was hoping, praying that I will get an opportunity, a break, because I do not have any connections. I do not have political connections, ordinary family. I can only work hard. And that working hard impressed another surgeon who took all the pain to send me to Australia. When I went to Australia, those days, these days we see mobile phones. Those days, to get a telephone was so difficult. Used to take 6 months to get a BSNL phone. So when I went to Australia, there were mobile phones. So there were pagers. As I couldn't understand what is happening. Where have I come from? So it's almost like, in Telugu we call Bondito Swargam. That means you go to heaven alive. That sort of thing, people were happy. There's the beautiful roads, electricity, no electricity cuts, great transport system, metros. They have mobile phones. They go for a holiday to Bondi Beach. After 5 o'clock, they are not working. I thought, what is this? I've been working from morning till night. Rest is something which we never heard. So suddenly I found it a different life. And then one day, what actually struck me was not all these. These are all comforts. It's okay. But one day, I was in a heart transplant area. There was a patient, an ordinary patient who got admitted for heart transplant. Heart transplant is when heart is damaged, we cannot repair, medicines are not working, we have to change the heart, bring someone else's heart and put it. And obviously not a live patient from a donor, is someone who is brain dead. We bring that, okay? Because we all have only one heart, Some of us might be walking without heart too. That is a different matter. But so what impressed me was, this is at 10 o'clock in the night, and this patient, I looked at, is he a very influential man or what? Whole system is getting up. The police are on the road, the separate flight is in the airport, and the senior surgeon is there. What is this? Happens only when a president or prime minister walks in, those days in our country. What is happening? He's an ordinary man. Then the whole police were there, and they took us to the airport, and there is a flight already with the engine on. They took us in the flight to a distance far away. Then there the police were there, took us in with a siren to the hospital, and there we took the heart, and then came back, the sirens, and if there are traffic on that, they were walking on the footpaths, whole red lights were turning green as they go, because they have such a communication system. No wastage of time, because once we remove the heart from a donor, it can only stay alive for 4 hours. So within that 4 hours, we have to put it in the recipient, stitch it back, give blood supply, then only the patient do well. So everything was flying, they were going on. It's like working in a James Bond movie to me. And when I looked back, I said, ordinary man being cared like this, oh, what a country this is, getting a transplant. Can I ever do this procedure for an ordinary man for free in our country? That was the thought I had that day. I mean, it's far from reality, but then I thought, why can't we do that? So let's hope I can do it at some stage. That was the seed I had in 1993. That was 1993. It happened. Many of you, some of you probably are not born too. 93, I thought, can this be done in our country for a poor man who has a problem with health? Because I always felt health is something, it's the same for the President of America, or it is for a beggar, or for a rickshaw puller. For the life is same. For the family, that person is equally important. But somehow we are not able to do that in this country. That is the dream I had. Can I go back, do a transplant for someone who is unknown, who cannot afford, for free in a government hospital? There are too many clauses in that. Then I came back in 96 to India from America. People asked me, why you got an opportunity to America, you want to go back. We always wanted to come back. For what, we don't know. Maybe our destiny. Maybe we never wanted to settle there, so we came back. And then I had to struggle for about 6-7 years to settle myself. Any new surgeon coming from abroad, no one would accept that easily. You have to prove your mettle. So it took me 6-7 years, and one day in 2003, I get a call from one hospital owner, Global Hospital Ravindranath, calling, Dr. Gokhale, we are starting a liver transplant program. You got trained in heart transplant, why don't you come? Wow, that is what I want to do. Okay, I'm coming. We went. In 2004, in January, and 2003, October, I joined. But then you see, when did I get trained? It's almost 10 years. The things have changed. I need to train my team, cardiologists, NS, everyone. So I spoke to a surgeon in America, and then we went there in January to New York. You know, January, February, New York is, last time I said heaven, there's nearly a hell. That winter, going from India, going from Hyderabad, I can take the heat, but not the cold. But anyway, we were there. In about 2 weeks' time, we could see 10 heart transplant those days. And we came back on February 1st to Hyderabad. And you know how things move? When you want to do something in life for good, the whole world comes to you. It makes it happen. You don't have to have money influence. February 2nd, a patient walks in. Dr. Gokhale, I'm from so-and-so village near Hyderabad. You operated one of the girls in my village who was very sick. She's doing very well. I went around all hospitals. They said that nothing can be done. I came to you. Please do something to me. He's a Mason. And then we admitted, did checkups. Second, then I found that he has got this damaged heart which cannot be repaired by any means. It has to be only changed. He's a Mason. His parents were very poor. He's poor. He's a daily wage worker. Where is the money for this? It requires a transplant. We are trained, ready to do the transplant. But now where is the money for this? Because it costs about 10 to 15 lakhs those days. Where is the money? Spoke to the MD, Ravindranath. He said, Dr. Gokhale, let's do this for free. Because this never happened. By that time, let me tell you, by that time, Alumni Institute has done in 1993 the first heart transplant in the country. Alumni Professor Venugopal. That's how it started. After that, a few were, 2-3 were done by K.M. Cherian in Chennai, another master surgeon, and Balakrishna, Girinath, and then Jacob Josh Cherian. These people have done 1 or 2 cases. The total number was around 10 cases in the country. And to do a transplant, the Ravindranath said, yes, okay, it's good, we'll do the transplant because it helps you also in bringing a brand. But then it's a double-edged sword. There are a lot of surgeons in the Hyderabad who are much more experienced, very well known, huge experience. They have not done that. And the moment I do it, I know I'm either going to die or go up. One of those two, no middle path. I know it's almost like my heart was in my mouth. Basically, should we do this? Am I going to kill myself or do it? But then I said, okay, you have trained yourself. We have done our best. We want to do it. Looks like the whole nature is helping. And Ravindranath, who is a very difficult man with the finances, he said, we'll do for free. Let's do it. We thought so. February 4th, see the way things happen. 4th, when I was in a housewarming ceremony, then I got a call from Nizam's Institute of Medical Science. There is a donor for heart who is a brain dead young fellow. He looks like you have a recipient of 2 days back. You registered. Would you like to go ahead? Then should we jump? It has never been done there. We decided, yes, let's take the dive. The cardiologist, myself and Ravindranath, we did that. And the next day, patient woke up. He did very bad. See, when you want to do, there is no money. And even a hospital has supported him for 5 years with those things. But then my dream was not complete. I wanted to do it in a government hospital for free. Here, this is a private hospital. It has got its value. It gets the brand worth a few crores. And then, the hospital progress. But there is never had. Then in 2010, after this course, I established my trust called Sahdaya Trust because I realized I studied in government schools, government colleges, and I took everything from the society. And whatever I do, I get paid back. Even though medical field is a service, all that, I may think that I am worth 1,000 rupees. Someone may think it is 10,000 rupees. That's the only difference. But still, I'm taking money. I'm not doing for free. That is not service. So then I thought through the trust. I started doing some operations for free, drugs. that was not satisfying. I wanted to do something in the college where I studied. In the college where my professors told me, don't do cardiac surgery, there is no future, I wanted to establish open heart surgery program. There is a college of almost 70 years. Then it's not easy for a private man to go and talk to the government. They won't listen. They won't trust you. Basically, you know how the government is. They trust only those people. They don't trust the private for obvious reasons. I don't say right or wrong. I won't comment on that. So I had to go around the government. I had to work harder than I worked for my both daughters' wedding. I would say that. Okay, I went around. Ultimately, I could convince them. I entered into a public-private partnership program. Some of the things I learned from management program, I will tell you at the end. Then I entered into a public-private partnership program that I established with my team, open heart surgery program there. And government doesn't spend any money. It gives only equipment. They signed, and then I went into that. Then I had 10 lakhs in my bank account for the trust, what me and my wife have contributed. We want to do it. But then I realized suddenly I need to spend about 5.5 lakhs a month to keep the unit floating. Because they say, I cannot do all the things. I have to keep trained surgeons, anesthetists, all those, I can only supervise. Where is the money I can sustain for 2 months? But then I went around. Believe me again, when I said I want to work in government hospital, I went and spoke to a few people, philanthropists, and then pharmacy people, all those people. Money literally started flowing in. In the 5 years, I spent 6 crores on that. All that is a contribution by the people, which I never expected. You see, that is what happens. You want to do a good cause. And then I wanted to do a transplant there. Then we got a patient by name Yedu Kondalu. How many wonders as you go through that? Yedu Kondalu, patient came. That fellow was a driver, and then he has 3 children, cannot afford, heart is bad, requires change. Then I said, okay, looks like time has come for my dream to come true. So far we have come. We registered. Then in the 5th year, we got a donor from a NRI medical college. We call it Vijayawada in another city in Andhra Pradesh. We got a donor there. And we went. To my surprise, do you know the donor's name is also Yedu Kondalu? Oh my God, I can't believe this. The recipient is Yedu Kondalu, donor name is Yedu Kondalu. We brought the heart and it fit him so perfect. It is now 10 years. He's doing very well. We are supporting him. That's how I could reach my dream of doing what I dreamt in 1992. It took 20 years for that to happen. But it happened. You have to keep dreaming. That's the most important, never give up dream. And another incident I will tell you is in the same Guntur hospital, when I had, don't give up. Any hurdle you get it, there is always a way to circumvent, provided we are keen to do that. Lot of times we want to do 100 things, we give up. But I tell you, I had another heart transplant recipient, one lady, poor lady from agricultural family, requires a heart. The heart is available in another college, which is say about 5 hours away from this place. There is no flight there. You have to come by road. If I bring by road, then the heart is dead. By the time I bring, I cannot. Both the recipient is also dead. The heart is useless. How to circumvent this? When I was in Australia, they could transport by separate flights. They could separate by helicopters. Why can't we do it now? Can we do it? Then I called a friend who has got a lot of connections. Harish Chandra, I want to do this transplant. I want to get it. I need a helicopter. He said, what? You ask a helicopter? Is it a toy helicopter or what? What do you think you are? You work in a government hospital. There is no money there. Where do you get a helicopter? I said, no. You got that Krishnapatnam port people are your friends. They have a couple of helicopters. Why don't you ask them? He didn't believe it will happen, but he called them. And the MD immediately gave his personal helicopter to transport a heart from that Nellore to Guntur to do a transplant. What I want to say is, nothing great, but persistence, perseverance, these open the most difficult doors to happen. It's only up to us to make things happen. And another incident is in Hyderabad, when we were doing a transplant, the donor is at KIMS. It's like this airport and IM Calcutta. Both are at both ends. I think it took me 2.5 hours to come. So I was doing a transplant. We usually do in the middle of the night. And I thought, okay, by car, we usually have this police, only when the president comes or the heart is being transported, traffic police come on the road, keep away traffic. It's called a green channel. That is what they do in our country. So but even then, that night was peculiar because the cricket match was happening in the middle of the night in the ground, that between 11 and 2 o'clock, they said, we cannot do anything. There's nothing we can do. And the other side, the team, liver team wants to do it then and there itself. So what to do? What to do? How to get it? Because I can't get by car. And now the middle of the night, arranging helicopter is also difficult, landing all those things. Then I thought, when you think of it, see, the nature gives you the answers. When you think of the problems, I said, we have a metro system that has come in Hyderabad. I said, metro walks on a separate track. Why can't you take the help of a metro? Has it ever happened? It never happened in the world any time metro being used for transporting a heart. I said, so what? Apollo, P.C. Reddy, very powerful man, established a huge empire of hospitals, very successful and a great example. I'm sure some of you would be reading about this example when you do your business course. And then we called his daughter. She said, let me try. The metro man is a friend of our family friend. But no one believed. But when they asked, metro man said, yes. With that time, we'll put a separate metro for you to transport a heart, cancel all the metros. And that's how, for the first time in the world, we could make use of a metro to do it. What I meant to say is, problem is there, solutions are there, we have to connect them. That is where we have to keep on working to make things happen, never give up. This life has taught me a lot of things to do that. And we have to keep learning, this is what happens. And see, I've now been to the cardiac surgery for 35 years. The technology has come. The Darwin's theory, either you upgrade yourself or you die. But fortunately, my mind is open to learn things. Every 2 years, I keep going out to some of the best centers in the world. The first example, you want to be the cobbler, be the best. Go to the best place, learn. I keep going every 2 years throughout America as well as Australia and UK. And keep visiting places, learn things, come back and practice. That's how I'm able to establish a transplant program and minimal access surgery. Minimal access surgery, without cutting this breastbone, we do from the side through a small incision. Patient recovers much faster. People initially said, no, you can't do heart surgery, you will kill the people. When someone is doing in the world, why can't I do it? When someone doing in the world, I can do it, provided I'm interested. If I can do something, anyone can do in the world, provided they are interested. That's the bottom line for any of us, whether it is a president of America, whether it is a professor, whether it is a common man. We want to do something, you need to do the groundwork. I read a book called Secret. Have you ever read a book called Secret? Yeah, that's a most wonderful book. I recommend that every human being has to read it. It says, ask what you want. Be ready to receive it. You have to do the groundwork. Whatever you want, you just can't say, I want moon to come here. Can't like that. If you want the moon, reach the moon, obviously you have to do something to reach moon. So do the groundwork. Be ready to receive. And don't think that when it comes, be ready to receive it. A lot of times, we think we don't deserve it. Some of the best things. All of us deserve best things in the life, best things in the world. Our family deserves, we deserve, our teachers deserve, all of us deserve. We are all same at the end of the day inside the core. So we have to keep learning. I keep learning. That is what keeps me floating. Even today, I get my patients because they come to me for separate thing. I can't compete with the younger generation. They can run faster. They can go to 100 places. They can talk to 1,000 doctors. That's how the referral practice comes. The networking comes. But here, you keep learning there is a different way. This is how we do it. And now the question comes, why did I join IMC Calcutta? Of these things. I tell you, see, I've been groomed only in a medical field. From 76 onwards, I have MBBS, MS, all those things. I find I have become good in one area, but very bad in many of the areas. Especially management principles. When I work, I have to have a team. Cardiac surgery is a team. I cannot. When I say I have done this, remember it's not I, it is we. When we say expression, we say that. I have a few surgeons, I have a anesthetists, I have physician assistants, I have the nurses. Anyone can kill the patient. But to keep them alive, I need all of them to be on their toes. So that's how the team is. So when I been going through this, managing people was very difficult, human resources, because all these highly skilled people especially, I'm sure most of you know that, see, the different cadres you can manage, but highly skilled in their own area, to keep under one umbrella is so difficult. And my finances was bad, knowledge of the finances was bad, except that I make some money, keep it in the bank, it's bad. We all know that that's bad. That is what most doctors do. And then, say, I wanted to learn about other things, how the other systems work. Like, see, how this Toyota could be so successful. We read about it in management course. How people can be successful in different ways. I find that we have been artificially groomed into one area. I'm lost contact with the public. I need to know how people think. Because sometimes I go into someone else's theater, neurosurgery theater, into that. Suddenly I find an instrument for which I've been looking for last 5 years. I don't walk in. Everyone is in their own cocoon. That's how we are all grooming today. So I wanted to learn a little more. I did not want to do health management. Again, when I want to learn, the first principle, you want to be the best, work with the best people. Looked around. I found IMC Calcutta is the best. That's how I enrolled myself into the senior management program. And have I become a manager? Have I become a CEO, COO? That's never my intention to become a CEO. That is never my cup of tea. That's not my passion. My passion is to work with the people, to help them do surgeries, train a few people and work on these, develop new areas, contribute to the profession and contribute to the society in the way I want. I want to have the freedom. I want to be a free bird, not tied to anything. I don't want any boss breathing over my neck. Today, I'm like that. Either I work or I don't work, do what I want. So I wanted to learn those things. That is how I learned IIM Calcutta. I'm immensely thankful to the faculty for what they taught. And for everything, you can't pinpoint, these are the things. For example, I'll tell you branding, marketing. These are the things, it may sound bad when a doctor says these things. But believe me, in any profession you want to come up, you have to do these things either visibly or subtly how to do it. Otherwise, who would know that what I'm doing, minimal access surgery, I can't put it in the newspaper, I can't put an ad like, we have the best equipment, we can't do that. We have to do networking, all these things, And some of the things I learned was, when you want to sell ourselves, this basically is selling ourselves, and you can't sell it like I have the best product like that. It has to be ethical background. You need to be helping the people. Our passion should mix with the needs of the public. That is where my passion, becoming a good cardiac surgeon, doing a transplant program, minimal access surgeon, they need to percolate to the world to help the people. This is where it has helped me to do ethically, to identify myself. Today I have a distinction. If you take a few people in the country, there are few people who do minimal access surgery or transplants. I have my own distinction. People come looking for me because IIM taught me if you want to become red and blue, that is what we used to read those days. I can't point those things. There used to be a table, red and blue. But one of the points is, you need to have something different for people to choose you. You can't sell the same product. You start from here, go on a road which you love. At the end of that, for example, there is a X. It is a X, there is a Y. Town is there. You go on that road, you will reach only Y. And you want to reach a different location, you have to change the route. Same route will reach to the aim. So that is what happened. That is what it taught me. Today, I have chosen a different path. We have to work hard. And we have to get out of our circle of comfort. A lot of pain comes with it. But at the end of the day, when we sit back, life comes only once. Do you all ever realize that life is only about 25,000 days? You would never look at days. We say 75 years into 365, approximately 25,000 days. And half of the, and let us say first 5,000, 6,000 days, we don't know what we are doing. What we are, we don't know. And remaining, half of the time we are sleeping, or eating, or preparing something, chit-chatting. Very little time is left in life to do something, I always believe that your life is worth. We have come to this world, such a beautiful world. We have been given such an opportunity to make ourselves grow, take care of our family, and contribute to the society. If the world is same as when we came in, when we are leaving, then our life is not worth it. So I think we all have to work hard, not just for us at some stage. You remember those Maslow's hierarchy? You remember? Can someone say that? What are those? Self. But let us start at the bottom. Physiological, basic physiological needs. Next is safety and security. Then I think we need a professor to complete those. That is the, no, I don't know, is that guy, there are a lot of modifications have come. In a nutshell, I tell you, that is life. That is I'm going through. I love it. Every time I do that, my God, this guy, how he told these things. Because end of the day, when we look back that we have done something in this world, contribute to the profession, contribute to the world, I think that is what we remember. I don't remember what I ate for lunch. I know lunch was very nice here. I don't remember. Yesterday I was attending a dinner, a multi-crore dinner. I ate a lot of things. Actually, my tummy ache also has come. All that, I don't remember. Now, I want to close this with one advice of all this, See, remember, we all want to do something. We all want to lead a life of value to this world. But remember, take care of your health. To do all this, we have to be healthy. No amount of money can build. You need to spend some time every day, at least 5 days a week, to take care of yourself. The principles for success are very few. The principles for health are very few. I will tell you the first and last. Whatever you do, we have to die at some stage. Something or other has to come. But still, we have to try to stay healthy. Eat less than what our tummy can take. Keep a little space in the tummy. Quantity of food is as important as quality of food. And regarding quality of food, vegetarian food, fruits, they are very good. Non-vegetarian, you love them, eat that, but reduce. In case you like animal food, animal like mutton, etc., cut down to less extent if possible. I won't tell you, I am never the type to stop eating this, stop eating that, cut down sweets, etc., because if you stop taking what you love, life is not worth it, right? So you take, but reduce it. Do some physical exercise. And as I told you, helping others has been shown scientifically can help just like exercise or as meditation. When we are going on the street, red traffic light, some beggar is there, torn sari, can't see, can't even walk. We give 5 rupees, 1 rupee, we give to them. We feel so happy. Do you know that? We feel happy. It's not that we have changed the life. We have helped a fellow human being. That produce what are called endorphins in the brain. The same endorphins are produced when you do a half an hour treadmill, half an hour gym, or you do a swimming, or you do a half an hour of meditation. The same hormones are produced. They reduce the blood pressure, they reduce the cholesterol, they reduce the heart rate, they make us live longer. So while taking care of things like watching our food, doing exercise, avoid smoking, alcohol, frequent checkups, helping others is equally important. That is our social responsibility. That's why I feel our education system is lacking. In our educational system, from class 1, they should teach us some management principles, some social responsibility. They have to tell that. You see, we are responsible to the society. Our house is clean, the road is dirty. Who is responsible? Not the government, it is we. And taking care of health, these are the some of things that should be taught to every child, so that when they grow up, it is there in the genes, then only the world will change. Adults, we change a little bit, but it's only the children who are the future who have to change. Please do your part. I thank again all the faculty and the organizing committee for choosing me to be here, for your patient hearing, and I love this day because I'm back to this place of IIM Calcutta. The first thing I did was take a photo in front of our this place. That is where when I came with my SMP 5 batch, we had a photo, we still have that. And good luck, all the very best to everyone. Thank you.